Greetings, residents, business owners, and all those that are investing in the blossoming of the city of Opa-locka. My name is Matthew Pigatt. I'm mayor for the city of Opa-locka, and I'm coming to you today with a few updates about what's going on with the city of Opa-locka in regards to COVID, the census, the back to school, amnesty program, our 4 major challenges, and most importantly, what's been going on with our police department. First and foremost, when it comes to COVID, we are still in the pandemic. And I want to make sure everyone continue to mask up, practice social distancing, and do what they have to do to make sure this virus continues to slow down within our city. We as a city have, for the past 3 months, we have had a testing center that tested over 28,000 people within the city of Opa-locka. We've also constantly, since the beginning of this pandemic, been feeding over 1,000 families each week with our food drive. Shout out to our volunteers, and I strongly encourage you to come to Shabundy Park on Tuesdays at 9 a.m. to volunteer and assist with that process. Lastly, we did a mass distribution where we were out in the streets distributing over 30,000 masks here in the city of Opa-locka to ensure that we stop the spread of this virus. Now, right now, a lot of parents and a lot of us are dealing with back to school. And back to school has transferred online to protect the safety of our community, our people, and everyone. And I know there's a lot of challenges with that. It's a new thing for everyone, but I strongly encourage you to make sure you reach out to your local school, your school board member, to ensure that during this time of transition, we are as accommodating as possible as we make sure that our children are educated. When it comes to our census, we have a 55% return rate in our census. Opa-locka, we gotta step it up. Our census is critical to ensuring that we get the resources we need to beautify our community and make sure that our residents have the funding they need to develop the city and make sure we live good. Please make sure you take the time to submit the census. No matter what your status is, we need bodies counted. The deadline is coming up. Make sure we get that done as soon as possible. For our property owners, the city of Opa-locka has stepped up and put together an amnesty program for code enforcement, liens, and violations. Strongly encourage you to make sure you go online and contact the city of Opa-locka and ask about our code enforcement amnesty program so that you know very clearly what you can get. There have been reductions up to 70%. So this program is limited time only. It's only until January of 2021. So it's going throughout the rest of this year. So make sure you reach out to the city of Opa-locka to get that update and that understanding. You can call 305-953-2860. Again, that's 305-953-2860. Now, since being mayor of this city, we've been very clear about the challenges that we're facing to make sure that we're blossoming. And those 4 major challenges with our finance, our water billing, our flooding and DERM moratorium, and lastly, our roads and streets, I wanted to give you updates on where we are with those. First, we have successfully submitted our budget based upon our interlocal agreement with the state. This year, we'll have a budget hearing September 8th. At 5:01. That is online. You can visit the city's YouTube page to be a part of those budget hearings. And we're also taking the time to make sure our citizens are engaged in those processes. So you may be able to speak in the upcoming commission meetings during a live viewing. So make sure you visit the City of Opa-locka website to learn more how you can be engaged in our online hearings and also voice your opinion. We're also anticipating the submitting of our 5-year recovery plan. As you may have been following, when we got into this financial oversight, that was one of the key components to getting through this financial oversight, and that was to submit a 5-year recovery plan. We are voting on the submission of that 5-year recovery plan in our first meeting in September. That is September 9th, next week. So make sure that you take advantage of reading that plan and understanding where we're going over the next 5 years to make sure our finances are together. Our last thing when it comes to finance is our audits. And we're anticipating making sure this city is completely up to date with our audits by June of 2021, which is a huge accomplishment of our finance department and what's been going on. When it comes to our water billing, in this 5-year recovery plan, we're planning on investing over $17 million in our water distribution system. What that is going to do is to stop the leaks throughout the city of Opa-locka so that we can lower our costs that we pay for water, which will save us millions of dollars over the course of the next 5 years. When it comes to our flooding and dam moratorium, we have one of the greatest successes when it comes to that. A few years ago, back in 2016, we had 18 out of 19 of our pump stations not operating fully up to par. This year, all of those pump stations will be fully operational, and we will be finally out of a dam moratorium that has stopped the growth of our businesses in many areas. Almost 70% of our city was under this moratorium, and hopefully, with everything in place, we will have it complete by the end of this year. Along with that, we have budgeted over $20 million to ensure that we have the infrastructure in place all across the city to take care of this flooding. Just recently, we had an RFP out where we solicited a team of engineers and civil engineers so that they can work on all of our infrastructure projects. That team is at this moment going to focus on doing a citywide assessment of our stormwater management system, our infrastructure, where we're going to prioritize what projects we're going to do over the course of the next 5 to 10 years. And we've backed that up with over $20 million in investments. Including in that program will be capital improvement projects, where we have over $10 million invested in roads and sidewalks. And that's something I know many of our residents have been asking for so many years. We will be investing hundreds of thousands of dollars each year in development of sidewalks in the city of Opa-locka. So our major project with Cairo Lane is our first priority, plus the continuation of remilling of our streets and an addition of sidewalks. $10 million over the course of the next 5 years will be focused on that. So that's the update on our 4 major challenges. As you may have heard, recently the city manager decided to move with a new chief of police. We terminated our current chief of police due to a report that we found with Miami-Dade County. And we're going to go on a national search to find the best chief of police. And I'm happy to hear that we have recruited the services of Dr. Cedric Alexander, a law enforcement executive with over 39 years of experience, 10 of which was right here in South Florida. He is a past president of the National Organization of Black Law Enforcement Executives. He's on Obama's 21st Century Policing Committee, and he is currently a CNN commentator. So I'm very sure that with his experience and his insight and national reach, he will make sure that our residents get the best leadership in our police department. I want to make sure that you take the time to visit us on the City of Opa-locka Facebook page. Make sure you like and follow our Facebook page. Join our newsletter so you have the latest information when it comes to what's going on in the City of Opa-locka. I strongly encourage you to take the time to attend our regular commission meetings every 2nd and 4th Wednesday at 7 o'clock. They're live streamed on YouTube, and you'll be able to have the opportunity to join in and submit your public comments. So that is the update for the City of Opa-locka, and I look forward to speaking to you more. Feel free to reach out to the Office of the Mayor at any point in time. Thank you, City of Opa-locka, and let's continue to be Opa-locka proud, Opa-locka strong, and mask up. Thank you.